We'll give them highest priority. And we'll add tons of them. That's actually all the manpower that we can use. And once we get them motorized, they will be a defensive force in Italy itself, because Italy has tons of mountain terrain, and because they don't require either motorized or mechanized to be built. That was Army of Quantity, and that's a lot of manpower, just from volunteers. So using our lovely new mind control technologies, we are able to get tons of willing slaves for the army of the king. For the king, etc. You're in NATO, so I don't want to attack you, as much as I would like to attack Greece. Okay, so Iraq is now at war with some of NATO, but they haven't called in Turkey. Oh, world tension is actually at 55% because America just generated a ton. France and Germany, quite realistically, are not in the war. Not sure if it's for any realistic means or if just because the Americans don't feel like calling them in. And Turkey isn't in the war, which is also very interesting because that means Iraq is surviving. Obviously, in the real Gulf War, the second one, they came in through Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, but in this game, not only they don't have the military access, partially because Saudi Arabia right now is Islamist, so not exactly a friend of the US. Also because even if they had, that's interesting, even if they had military access, they wouldn't be able to attack through the military access. They would have to be allies. Montenegro gains independence. In a recent referendum on independence, the Montenegrin citizens of Serbia and Montenegro voted to divide the countries. From now on, there shall be both Serbia on its own and Montenegro on its own. A new country enters the world stage. And just in case... Oh, hi. Your leader is Draza Stepanovic. There has never been a more stereotypical Balkan name than Draza Stepanovic, I think. Okay, so you guys. The next target is Eritrea, which isn't going to take too long. However, do we have the capacity to amphibious assault into Eritrea? We appear to. Okay. So what I'll do is... Eritrea should have a big army. They do. Let's see what we can do against them. Let's go and scout. Okay, so they have tons of troops in and around Asmara, and they're going to be protecting their coast. Taiwan defies China. The Republic of China has refused a deal from the mainland under which the PRC would have gained control of the Taiwanese foreign affairs, while Taiwan's democratic system would have been preserved. The Taipei administration has stated that it was unwilling to sacrifice the Taiwanese sovereignty to the mainland. What other outcome did they honestly expect? Well, maybe a peaceful solution, I don't know. If they proposed it, then, you know. Poor China. Looks like no one country two systems quite yet for Taiwan. Land doctrine. How is our situation on the research? It will be coming in after basic 3D manufacturing. We are going to grab ourselves Generation 5 multi-role though. 2006 FIFA World Cup. With the famous headbutt. And yeah. Low stability. Weird. Oh, China got partial mobilization. And they somehow have Lockheed Martin as their aircraft designer. So it looks like China and the US actually have a really good relationship. Well, enough of a good relationship to allow them to get United States Navy, General Dynamics, and Lockheed Martin. That's weird. Very weird. Obviously, Japan has their own people. Australia has the US. We don't have anyone. Oh, wow. France, in an interesting move, decided to not be French. And Germany decided to be French. Yeah, these companies need a little bit of extra work. Like, some of these make sense and some of these don't. Wow. Russia with the PLN. How interesting. Looks like most of the majors focus on getting their designers. Really? Joe Biden? Okay, so the Americans actually have both Bill O'Reilly and Joe Biden. So they're getting equal Democratic Party and Republican Party support. Not sure how that makes any sense, but I guess it does. Brazil also... Wow, Brazil likes the UK. Holy hell. Yeah, very good opinion of Brazil. So, that's interesting. If the UK left NATO, which they aren't going to do, then that would be a very nice alliance to see. I guess they both dislike Argentina enough. Morocco, you're doing fine. Yeah, Eritrea is the one that we really want to destroy. And the problem is... they have a navy. They do. They don't have an air force, though. We're also starting to get planes again on our carriers. And they are protecting their entire shoreline. Do we have marines? No, I don't think we do. So let's duplicate you. And we'll see if we can switch you on over to Marines, because I'm pretty sure that we do have Marines. Yes, we do. That will cost... I would like to replace everything at once. Like, sometimes you can do that, but it doesn't look like it quite yet. 35. Design is too expensive, obviously. But we are getting passive army experience from our Theorist. And right now what I would like to do is I would like to diversify this assault. Okay, so I'll have half of you. Yeah, that looks okay. I'll have half of you go to the province south of Asmara. And I'll have the other half of you go to the province north of Asmara, because they are likely less well defended than the actual capital itself. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to get beachheads on both flanks of the capital and then come in with a pincer move into the center. That should give me enough sort of punch, along with my air superiority, to actually gain a decisive advantage in the action. Okay, so you're all useless. Oh no, you're not useless. Civilian factory construction speed. You're the only person that's not useless. Oh, trait deal opinion factor. That's also very nice. It will become nicer later when we actually are like running low on resources. But I think now we will go for our concerns. I'll get first an industrial concern, because that's something that you're always researching. Then I think that next we should go for a naval one, because soon enough I will research the carrier free. So having the naval research is going to be very useful. Also, I'll try to go for the missile cruisers and start getting some missile cruisers in my navy. Light Cruiser 4 is still quite a ways away, but that will be for a time in the future when we will have the need for those as well. Getting some extra chromium from Turkey and steel from Germany, I believe. I mean, we're getting so many civilian factories to Germany. They must love us at this point. Yeah, look at that. Italian opinion of Germany, 103. Declaration of friendship, etc. But they don't like us. Whoa! Holy shit. The NPD has 38% popularity in Germany. What? How did that happen? That's insane. Okay, so Germany might turn nationalist. Oh, crap. That might cause some instability in Europe, which would be exactly what I would like to see. Well, I did not expect that. Not from what Germany looked to be doing. Okay, so we have the land doctrines. We could go for a navy focus, destroyers focus, etc., etc. We don't. We could get some extra oil, but I don't think we need the oil. Could get tons of relationships over in the Middle East. We'd get 25 plus 25 with the Sultanate of Arabia, plus 25 with Iran, and plus 25 with Israel. Is Israel in NATO? No. What if we try to befriend Israel? Base reluctance, neither they or we are at war. Or we could get them with Arabia. And then we'd also get support ENI in Arabia with Sultanate of Arabia and the UAE. Oh, that's Qatar. This is the UAE. UAE is monarchist too, so they like us. Oh, they improved relations with us. Okay, so they should definitely accept our trade deal for more oil. Question is, do we need more oil? No, we don't. But we might get some trade-in for the oil. Why are we importing any oil? That's retarded. And we are exporting lots of oil, but we're not actually getting anything from that, which is sad. How long would it take to get to carrier focus? Oh, quite a long time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 focuses. 4 focuses is a lot of focuses. Air Force Doctrine 2. Research bonuses for air doctrines. Is that ever going to be useful? No. So we could just not care about that. Could get tanks focus, but tanks are going to be a bit far away. Navy focus, destroyer focus, submarine focus. Submarine focus is very worthless, but destroyer focus could be fine. Really, the one I want here is the carrier one. What research level is going to be carrier 4s? 5.47 years ahead of time. And is there a carrier 6? Yes, there is. Very expensive. Production cost 30,000. 130 tech size. That's one hell of a super carrier. Yes, for now we will go with a few extra diplomatic focuses, which will help offset the fact that we're about to get a ton of world tension generated. Oh, Turkey's now in the war. Yep. So Iraq is actually screwed now that Turkey's in the war. A basic trade in manufacturing, great. Could go for extra construction tools, but no. I'll go for decryption algorithm free, just so we can see what people are doing, because they're all getting tons of encryption, it would seem. We could actually join the AEDU, but the AEDU requires the joining country to have communist popularity greater than 30%. That's ridiculous. That doesn't make absolutely any sense. Yeah, just like the NATO requiring conservative. Like, half the NATO members don't, you know, don't have that requirement fulfilled. Yeah, conservative popularity greater than 30%. Half the NATO members don't have greater popularity than 30%. Like, yeah. And the MPD is gaining more popularity as we speak. So I guess there's something working towards that. But I just can't see why. Oh, hold on. No. Oh, hi. Lutz Bachmann, a nationalistic demagogue. Yep. So they're getting them nationalists. And that was what? I'm not too sure what that was. I am really not too sure what that was. But let's get advanced fire bases. Escort patrols, yes, yes, yes. Convoy sailing. Okay, Army Aviation Command is waiting for mechanized. Okay. The Armor Brigade is getting the MBTs. Not really that fast though. Okay, good. So you can stop doing that. You can send half of you to one assault group and half of you to the other assault group, which is going to obviously put a bit of a strain on what my military can do. And our justification is about to be finished. Once our actual army is ready to assault, then we'll declare war. We do have control of the seas, however, we need to make sure that we can split some ships off. How do we do that? We do that like this. We just need to split some ships off to be a patrol. These four. Actually, how many sea zones are there? You're going to be coming in from the Eastern Mediterranean. One of you guys are going to be coming in from the Central, so that's 2 sea zones. That's 3 sea zones. Okay. So the Scipione Africano, oh no, I guess the Ulpio Traiano is going to be patrolling the Red Sea. Then, wait, what? Okay. Then the Scipione Africano is going to be in the Central, or sorry, Eastern Mediterranean. And then one more guy, Pompeo Magno. You're gonna go in the Central Mediterranean. And then these ones will get themselves all sorted out. The air wings will go for the close air support. And how many air bases do we have close to this place? Okay, so we have the Libyan desert here. Do we have any fighters? Yes, we do. We'll just cancel you out and transfer you over. Yes. And maybe you can reach... Nope, you cannot. Your maximum range is 1,500, and that's 3,156 kilometers. So tons of distance that we can't cross. Unfortunate. We'll send you back on over to Sicily. So we should have air superiority, because what our intelligence tells us is that there isn't really much air force that the Eritreans have. And most of that should be pretty old regardless. I do know that if the Eritrean Air Force is portrayed correctly, they should have some MiG-29s. So generation 3, I would guess. If we go to... I'm not really all that well versed. I guess generation 4. Yeah, generation 4 fighters. And that could be dangerous. We'll see. That's our first batch of Alpine troops. Good, so we're going to get them all trained up. And they'll stay back in Italy. Although the terrain of Ethiopia and Eritrea would be very well suited to mountain infantry. So there's something to be said about that for the invasion of Ethiopia, who we also have claims on. But after Ethiopia, we'll be going after the Horn of Africa and Somalia. Interesting, we don't have claims on Somaliland. That is because that was never an Italian colony. So we'll go after Somalia next, where there's a lot of deserts and looks like plains. Okay, so let's go and try to take out Eritrea. Declare war, call allies, which we don't have, and we'll go after them with our naval invasion. Let's also check out how the air war is going. There are 3 enemy anti-air guns, so that could be cause for concern. But I hope that our close air supports, yeah, I'm also going to use them for port striking the Eritrean Navy and trying to force them to come out and be destroyed by our ships. Oh! Oh, I wasn't expecting that. The Eritrean Concordat. I absolutely wasn't expecting that. Well, it appears we are at war with Egypt. So actually, yes, smartly would appear some of our forces are heading back to base, which is a good idea. I would like to cancel all their plans. They're also getting attacked by the the Egyptian Navy. So we have to come in and... Oh crap. That's the Suez Canal. It's a trap. It appears that it is indeed a trap. We'll have to sail all the way around Africa to come back to the Mediterranean. And our transports are going to suffer because of that. Well, that's annoying. Okay, so our army is now back in Egypt. Good. And we'll be trying to stop the Egyptian assault into Libya, if it ever does happen. Okay, so we need more motorized. We have a ton of light mechanized, but they're generation 1. Why haven't we researched generation 2 or higher? Oh, because those are Libyan ones. We aren't producing any light mechanized ourselves. Nope, we are not. But we could make use of those. We could indeed make use of those. Since we don't need Marines anymore, we'll just let that be for now. We'll duplicate that into a light mechanized. And that will be changed around quite significantly. We should have some motorized rocket artillery by this point. Yes, we do. Excellent. That is going to provide the soft attack basis for the rest of the division. Good. So 3 pieces of motorized rocket artillery. Then... Yes, that should be fine. Then some light mechanized. That's a 4 combat width. Yes, so like that. Which should be a pretty powerful division. 355 soft attack, 40 combat width, 58 hard attack, tons of HP, a decent level of organization. And yeah, I think that would be a very good division to have. With also extremely high speed. The only problem is... The only problem is that the light mechanized is Model 1s from Libya. So there's a bit of a problem there. And where's our navy? Okay, so they're going around the Horn of Africa. And they're going to be coming back on over to the Eastern Mediterranean soon enough. Okay, so now our army is fully in position. I wonder what kind of quality the Egyptian army has. We do have some extra free military factories, which means that we should be increasing the production of something we don't have, like mechanized. Mechanized right now is absolutely a priority. So we have the United Arab Emirates accepting the oil deal. And Saudi Arabia too. Great. So now... Yes. This brings in an interesting thing. Which is that this might... You even would not accept a non-aggression pact. You do have our stuff. So that's nice. Yes, okay, so we'll try to get... Okay, we'll get that civilian factory, just so we have that. And then we'll try to go for the navy. Okay, let's just do a very, very quick attack. Just to see how the Egyptians... Okay, so they have both really good quality forces, it would seem, with the special forces, and really weak forces with the independent infantry brigades, and also some artillery. We can't deal with them quite yet. That is the basic conclusion. And I sent in the armor brigade as a very quick stopgap measure, but at this point, I'll just send them back to Benghazi to get them trained up. Because I don't want the vicious cycle of losing them to happen again. The main problem with our army right now is that it's mostly the motorized that are going to be fighting. I wonder how the Egyptian... Oh, 284 planes. Okay, so that was essentially answered for me. So the Egyptian Air Force is too strong for us to deal with right now. We're going to need to wait for our own Air Force to be improved. And we're lacking rubber. Why? Oh. Well, that makes a lot of sense, right? So, since our rubber was coming from Ethiopia, us being at war with Eritrea... Yeah, that kind of cuts the supplies now, does it? Where else can we get the rubber? Ew. Sri Lanka. Yeah. They're gonna be fine. I also need more tungsten and more steel. France. Steel, Germany, obviously. German steel, Kruppstahl, etc., 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 etc. And here the Egyptians have a pretty formidable array of forces, it would seem. But I don't think they can really quite push into us. They can only kind of stop us from pushing into them. And here you're lacking motorized. Interesting. Oh no, they are pushing into us. Let's see. But they don't appear to be winning. Yeah, they're low on supplies. Because they have tons of forces in the open desert. Tons of really weak quality forces, it would seem. There's some naval combat, though. Our navy should be able to deal with the Egyptian navy really easily. We have superior quality ships, probably, and also extremely superior doctrine, which is really the big one. Also, we have naval bombers, which doesn't hurt. So we are able to very easily destroy the Egyptian navy. And now they're trying to flank us, and they're doing that with Republican Guard armor. Which might work, because armor is really fast. So what we'll do is we'll increase the front line, and that will send in some forces from the north as well. We also have the armor brigade here. But in the center, they will not be able to break through, which is exactly what I would like to see. And it looks like also their forces are destroying themselves in the attempt. Like, as you can see, all of these guys are very low on strength. Okay, so they're trying to break through us with the modern tanks, so I wonder how good they are, actually. That's a very heavy and good division. Oh! Okay. So I guess we're at war with Iraq too, which is quite interesting. Which technically makes us an ally of the US, I guess. Okay, now the armor brigade is fully equipped, but there's no time to train them. They have to fight. And now they're also pushing through here. And I think I'll have to end it for now.